double dose of good news for the Cleveland Browns is coming your way on today's Browns Report episode, folks. Welcome into the show. I am your host, Joey O'Donohue, and it's about time that Cleveland gets something positive, something good in the news for the Browns. Two good things, in fact. I'm going to tell you both of them. We're going to dive in and talk about it. Even though we lost to the Jets, there's some good things to look at here. So, hit the like button if you are excited for some good news. If you're a Browns fan and you want to hear something positive, hit the like button because I got a double dose for you today. So hit it for some good energy. Get some good vibes going by tapping the like button in that comment section as well. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And without further ado, let's get right into the first dose of good news that the Cleveland Browns got. The updated number 1 pick odds. That's right, to get the first pick in the NFL draft. Because we lost to New York, we actually jumped up to the second best odds to have the number 1 overall pick this year. New York fell down because they beat us. So even though I'm pissed off about the loss, there is a massive positive here. The Titans still have the best odds to get that first overall pick. The Saints had a win as well, so we are ahead of them to, in fact, get the number 1 pick in terms of the odds. Remember, we still play the Titans and the Raiders later this season. So this race is going to be something to monitor as the season goes on here, but as it stands, Cleveland with a 26.4% chance to have the first overall pick. The question is, what do you do if you really do get that top spot? Do you go quarterback? Some of the quarterbacks in this class are being evaluated highly. Others, a scout told ESPN, it's not a stellar class. Fernando Mendoza, probably the top quarterback on most people's boards right now. Dante, who actually grew up in East Cleveland, funny enough, also on that list. Simpson of Alabama, getting a lot more recognition as of lately. LaNorris, who was rated pretty high coming into the season, and John Mateer, I'd say, probably round out the top 5, according to most experts. Mendoza, the top vote getter to go first off the board. And is that a route we should lean, Cleveland? He was inconsistent in his last game. Obviously, the clutch ending touchdown drive to beat Penn State was pretty fun to watch. But the first half, there was some inconsistency there, some dangerous throws. And what I really think, because that QB class is being told that it's not stellar, because I don't love it as some other QB classes in the past, I really think a top 5 pick this year can be trade bait for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, we have so many other needs we need to address. You're seeing that you've seen 2 different quarterbacks for the Cleveland Browns this year, both of them complete failures. But when Joe Flacco went to the Bengals, he looks pretty serviceable now. And so I think there's so many things you need to address on that offense so that a quarterback can be successful. I think we need offensive linemen. I think we need wide receivers before bringing in another young rookie quarterback that would probably not be in the best situation if we don't address those needs first. And doing a trade last year with the second overall pick that we had, I'd say it worked out pretty well for the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, the Jags get Travis Hunter, who is now injured and wasn't doing a crazy amount to start the season, started to pick things up later. But he's now hurt. And the Browns got Mason Graham, Quinshon Judkins, Dillon Sampson with the 3 picks they got from Jacksonville, and we have the Jags 2026 first-round pick this year, which is starting to climb up. At the moment, it's projected to be the 19th overall pick in the NFL draft. And so, I'd say Cleveland won this trade. I mean, Bashul Tutin, they used somewhat. I mean, Mason Graham and Quinshon Judkins making the biggest impact of all the players in this deal as we speak. And we got a first-round pick. So, those draft day trades, especially if it is a top 5 pick, you see how much value it has for another team that wants to go up and get someone. I would like Cleveland to do this with their top 5 pick, but we'll see when we get to that time. Because then you can focus on your position of need. Now, some mock drafts actually have Carnell Tate going in the top 5. So if you don't get the first overall pick, well, maybe you're using your top pick to get the wide receiver you like. I'd love a guy from The Ohio State University to come on over to Cleveland, just like Quinshon Judkins did last draft. Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, also 2 wide receivers that are being looked at as 2 top ones in the draft. I'm seeing Jordan Tyson at the top of a lot of people's lists. So stay tuned. These could be some big first-round, early second-round names that Cleveland could look at. The top tackles in the draft this year, I think Cleveland should put their focus on as well in the first round. Spencer Fano getting a lot of love as of recently, as well as Caden Proctor out of Alabama, Francis Moinoa from Miami, starting to climb up a lot of people's big boards and might even be the top tackle this year over Fano. Caleb Lamu, another Utah tackle as well. So this is where I would put your focus, Cleveland. But the great news is we can do whatever we want. If we get the first overall pick, it's completely up to us to trade it, to get more value, move down slightly. You could still get your wide receiver or tackle and get a haul like you got from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, the fact that we moved down from 2 to 5 last draft and got a haul and another first this year, why not run that back to get 2 positions of needs on offense? Because we haven't even seen Shedeur Sanders play yet, the quarterback who was evaluated to be the second quarterback off the board last year, and then he slid all the way to the 5th round. I'd like to see what we have in number 12 and get a team around him that can help a young quarterback be successful. Unless you absolutely love a quarterback in this draft, unless you watch Fernando Mendoza and you think he is the guy for years to come in the NFL, I would hold off because I don't like the class as much as a whole, and some scouts are telling ESPN that, as I showed you. But what do you think? Be the GM, Browns fans. If it's still Andrew Berry by this time, be Andrew Berry. Who should be the Browns' first pick that they have in the first round? Comment a name below, or you can comment a position group. Really curious what the Browns fans want their team to do, because I weighed in. I told you what I think our team should do. Let me know who you would go with our earliest draft pick. Comment that down below. Coming up, there's more good for the Cleveland Browns. That's right. The good news is coming today, even though we had a loss to the Jets. Another great thing I'm going to tell you about. But first, super excited to tell you that this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. The hard-hitting football action is even better with Prize Picks. The weather might be changing, but the feeling of being right never gets old. So keep the season rolling on Prize Picks by getting $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Football is in full swing now on Sundays. All is right with the world. And I'm big into daily fantasy with Prize Picks. I am obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. So before the Browns play, I lock in on all my players in my lineup and their player projections. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. You can also follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app. Copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button. Check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. You might find my lineup in that new feed tab. And this time, I've got Drake May, more than 1.5 passing touchdowns. Producer Brett Alpert is going to love that against the Jets. Bo Nix, more than half a passing touchdown as well. And Javonte Williams, I think the Raiders are a mess right now. Give me more than 73.5 rushing yards for Williams. That's my lineup. You can follow it if you want to make some money. You got to download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. And I might have been right about this because Carson Schwesinger has now jumped to the favorite to win NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's plus 230, and this is the first time Schwesinger has been favored all season long, and it's deservingly so. We're going to talk about his performance and why these odds have jumped. But have you guys been watching the show all season long since I took over? I said this September 8th. Schwesinger is a legitimate Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. No one had thrown it out there in week 1. I did. I said, I watched the film. I watched that first week against the Bengals, and I was like, this is going to happen. And verbatim, my quote, if you can bet, take him right now, September 8th. Now he's the favorite to win the award. I saw a stud growing in Cleveland. His pursuit is incredible. He's everywhere on the football. And his stats against the Jets show it. Even though he was coming off an injury, wasn't even supposed to play, according to a lot of reports. It's questionable all week, and boom. He says, I'm going to go out there. Got 9 tackles, 2 tackles for loss. I think he actually got 10. And then he got half a sack and 2 quarterback hits. He does everything for the Cleveland Browns. It's just, boom, beeline to the football. Whoever catches it, whoever gets it out in space, Schwesinger is there. Love what I am seeing from the young stud out of UCLA. I mean, seriously, he suffered a high ankle sprain just 2 weeks ago. Normally, you don't recover that quickly. And he says, I want to go play. I want to get out there. And what did he do? Played 100% of the snaps in Week 10 against New York. I mean, the kid is tough. He's got great motor. He wants to work. He wants to play. I love what I'm seeing. And like I said, he led the Cleveland Browns in tackles with 10 against New York. Amazing what we're seeing from Carson Schwesinger. Now, some more on Schwesinger. Daniel Oyefusi weighed in and said, well, he leads all rookies in tackles. He's second in tackles for loss and has been the defensive play caller all season on a defense that is second in yards per game allowed. He's taken a leadership role as well as a rookie linebacker. And Stefanski even said, I'd be hard-pressed to believe there's a defensive player as a rookie that's playing better than him right now. The defensive rookie of the year. Let it be Carson, baby. We might have the defensive rookie of the year and the defensive player of the year right now. Myles Garrett and Carson Schwesinger. And the fact that he's back and healthy, playing the way he is, just couple weeks after the high ankle sprain, is an absolute win for the Cleveland Browns. I mean, we need him on that defense, and we already lost JOK for this year. But when he gets back, imagine pairing the two together. Whoo! Those two linebackers, Carson Schwesinger and JOK out there together. And if we want to re-sign Devin Bush, we'll have that option as well. But man, oh man, that Cleveland Browns defense is just going to look better when it gets fully healthy. Are you excited to see it, Browns fans? If you're hyped up to see both linebackers on the field together in 2026, Carson Schwesinger, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah on the field together, spam LB in the comments. I want to see hundreds of LBs in the comments section right now, because I know if you're watching this video and you're a diehard Browns fan, that means you really are. And spam LB for our two linebackers to be healthy next year. It's going to be electric. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's a bright future in Cleveland. We do have to admit that. With a lot of the young rookies that we drafted that are already making an impact, and we'll have opportunity next year to draft two more young impact rookies in the first round of the NFL draft. So get excited about the future of the Cleveland Browns, folks. We got a lot more content to tell you about and talk about with you this week. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and have your notifications on so you can be the first person to know what's going on with the Cleveland Browns and like and comment on the videos. We appreciate you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you very shortly here on the Browns Report.